Yeah.
Some have LiDAR.
LiDAR, actually, yeah, indeed. The iPhone, I think it's the 11 Pro and onwards, they have a LiDAR sensor. Okay, somebody's recording. Thank you very much. I don't know who did, but thank you so much for that.
Do you count
What is a
the
LiDAR sensor? Can we sit down? You went over.
LiDAR sensor is like 3D scanner. So with the LiDAR sensor, you can actually scan your environment and turn that into 3D information. It's pretty awesome.
do you count
Yeah, of
the
course. Yeah.
do you count the camera as a sensor somehow?
Definitely. The camera is a sensor. It's quite also an advanced sensor that has lots of pixels as output, but it gives you visual information. Definitely is a sensor. Then there's also a sensor that can detect satellites. Do you know which sensor that is? No?
GPS?
Exactly, GPS, yeah. So the GPS sensor actually receives data from satellites that are circling the Earth. And from this information, it can derive its own position. So it's doing a triangulation.
Are these
Compass.
all, I was going to ask, are they all like, some would be digital, some analog, or
Yeah,
are
for
they
instance,
all like,
so the camera, of course, in the beginning, there's also always something analog, like the microphone, there's sound waves. And then once that reaches, gets digitized, it becomes digital. So a lot of sensors are in a way analog, except for GPS. GPS is really purely digital. That's like, there's basically no analog component to it. Cool. So what could we do?
But it used to be radio-based, right?
Yeah, it is some kind of radio. Don't ask me exactly how GPS works. Just check it on Wikipedia. I really have no idea. I only know that's something to do with timestamps that are sent to you, and then the difference of times can result in a triangulation. But
well, I know it's thanks to Sputnik. Like that was the first GPS.
Sputnik was the first one.
Thing.
Well, it was the first one. That one was just sending a signal, was just beeping basically. But now we have it more advanced there.
Yeah.
So cool. What kind of application can you imagine this sensor using? Like, what are they useful for? These sensors. Any idea? Or are they just there?
Many things.
Huh?
So many things.
No. Like?
I mean, you can do recordings, you can talk to your phone, you can call other people, like the GPS maps, locations, weather stuff, or that's maybe more internet-based.
GPS, indeed. Yeah, so you can use, you could see if somebody's hand is shaking, for instance, right? You could like just use the phone and see if people have shaky hands or not, for instance, or how steady they can hold it. The microphone, of course, you can use the microphone for speaking, for language, but you could also use the microphone to detect basically noise level. So you could use the microphone to check how silent it is in a room. Of course, you can use the camera for video chatting, but you could also use the camera for checking if a door is open. I mean, I'm just saying anything. I mean, these sensors are really, they're pretty, you can use them really broad. You could even connect a phone to a door and then like just tape it to the door. And when the door opens, it will measure some kind of movement, right? So you could have a simple measuring device if your door is opening. And this is really useful for prototyping. Like when you want to prototype and you're like, oh, we need something that senses that the door opens. This could be a real life application. You can just like glue your, well, not glue, maybe just gaffer your phone to the door and then take that data. And you can do that without fiddling around with Arduinos and these kind of things. So, and this is what we're going to do today, basically. I'm just going to give you a little start sketch so that you can try this yourself. Actually, I have a little demo prepared. I'm going to see if that works. Change my screen. You should still be seeing me. Probably you can see my screen now. Is that correct? Are you seeing my laptop screen? Yes, fantastic. Cool. And like that, you should be seeing me again. All right. And I just need to try something. Okay, you will not, for a second, you will not hear me, but you will hear something else, which is related to what I'm doing right here. Right. Yay. See you applauding. Cool. Yeah. So what's going on here? What's happening? You know what's happening?
So I think with the gyroscope you detect how the value of how your phone is right now, and you make speeding it up.
Yeah, so basically that's it. Yeah, so it uses on this application. This is the application Zig Sim that you all maybe already have installed or will install, and this basically measures the gravity. Like for instance, if I hold it like this, it will I don't know if you can actually see the numbers or is it blurry, but you can see actually the numbers changing. You can try this at home. And yes, so actually it's measuring the gravity on 3 axes, on this axis, and that axis. So when I turn, actually I can derive the orientation from the phone. You can still see here in the little corner that there's this white cube rotating. And from that, I basically can derive how fast it's rotating. And with that information, I can speed up, slow down, or reverse a sound. So it's a very, very simple mapping of these things. But in the end, it's really funny. It's like, those traditional organs, but instead of using big paper rolls, I'm using MP3s. So this is like the modern MP3 version of this. This is one application. I don't know if there's ever a design where you think you could use this. I'm actually thinking of the project. I think Ivilo was in that project. There was a table that was rotating. Yeah, actually that rotating table, you could have used this as well. Just to put an iPhone, use the compass, for instance, and that could also work. But luckily, you managed to make it work differently. Okay, cool. So this is basically the intro for now. Okay, I'm going to check my notes. Okay, so after this super cool demo, I hope you like it. What I want you to do is actually to see, and that's why we're here together, to see if you can manage to get the demos also running yourself, because it's quite important that you know how this works. So this is not just a lecture, but it's like a hands-on thing. So did you install Zig Sim? And have you seen the link that I've sent? So there's, I think, I'm getting a little confused with the 2 computers here. Excuse me about that. Conversation. All right. In the meeting chat here, there should be a link. You all see it? Otherwise, I'm going to paste it again.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. Okay, cool. So this is like yeah, if you click the link,
Mhm.
then you should open a website, our little website, the MDD TARDIS, and it will fully run you through the steps. So the first thing that you have to do is find Zig Sim. This morning I did it already, and I saw that for some people they couldn't install it because of the language settings of their phone, I think. So that's why Noor found another APK which she dropped into the Slack channel of Codelab. But have you installed it already? Cool. And then the other thing, and that's maybe you're all at home, so probably you don't have the issue of being on EduRoam, because on EduRoam you cannot do this. EduRoam doesn't allow UDP protocol, which is the protocol that this application is using. But I think you at home should have no problem connecting your phone and your computer to the same network, right? Let's agree that if it's a no in general, when I ask something and you don't like, I'm not sure, then you just let me know if you're not sure about anything, right?
Okay.
It's just a little bit different. Yeah.
Sorry, is it correct that it costs $4?
No. Is it like? Did you find it on the? Is it for? Are you looking for it for Android or for iPhone?
Oh, it's on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you have to install it on your phone, of course.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I think there's a link even in the document that I provided. There's on the prerequisites. There's a link, and on that page, I think there's a link to the App Store. So you should be seeing something. I'm going to show my web. Let's see my webcam. When you install it and you go to the settings page, you should see something like that.
Yes.
On this page on our server, it says there's Zig Sim settings. So basically, you have to copy those settings, and obviously, where the IP address is, you should enter the IP address of your computer. So, how to find out the IP address? There was a question? No question. So if you want to find out the IP address from your computer, there's two ways. Like on Apple, actually it's really simple because you just option click your Wi-Fi icon in the top tray. I'm going to show you. You should be able to see this. So you go to if you option click your Wi-Fi icon, it will tell you actually the IP address. I'm currently connected to my phone, and it tells me the IP address. And on Windows, you could, for instance, you could check on your network device, or you could open a command prompt and type ipconfig. So like in terminal, and it will also give you your IP address.
Command what?
ipconfig. So on Windows open.
Yeah.
Open CMD. Type ipconfig. And then there's some bunch of numbers appearing, but you'll have to use the one of the first ones probably. If you have multiple network devices, then you might have to try a couple of times.
Sorry, one more question. Where do you put it in? Because I have this.
Yeah, go to the settings page. If you're like on the settings, how does it look with you? Yeah. Okay. On the settings, on the bottom right, there's settings, and then your data destination has to be other app, your protocol UDP, then your IP address, and the port number. Use 8000. Message format should be OSC. Message rate, a good one is about 30 per second. And the device UUID should be 1, because then the demos also work.
So 30 for message rate.
Yo. It also says there on the document. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So for Windows, after you type IP configuration, which one is the actual IP? There's like a
That's like
IP6 address, temporary IP, link local.
Yeah, it'll be the IP version 4 probably, and then not the gateway, but basically something IPv4.
Yeah. So
you can also show me the screen otherwise. But if you think you got it, you can stay with that. Okay, then on the phone, I'm going to switch camera here on this one, the phone. Then you go to sensor, and on the sensor page, you select gravity for now. Just gravity. Gravity basically calculates, like, it measures the angle in which your phone is tilted. And then when you press start, that's then the third thing, you can actually see the numbers rolling. So if everything is correct, you should see, it should say gravity X, gravity Y, gravity Z. And if you tilt your phone, you can see actually. So if you tilt it, for instance, if I tilt it like this, my Y-axis is almost 1. If I tilt it like this, my X-axis is almost 1. If I put it like that, Z is 1. Well, you cannot see it. But
mine shows an error actually.
Okay, wait. What does the error say?
Mine automatically.
Nothing. It's just
press start.
Hmm?
Wait a sec.
Are you sure it's an error?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't, like, it turned red, but it doesn't show like an error any error message.
Or maybe it's just red because it's red. I'm not sure if that's something negative. If you see if you see the numbers on the bottom changing, then it's working. It's not.
I had the same issue, and it was related to giving permission something. And even after giving permission, it was still red, but then I went to sensor and back to start, and it worked.
Okay.
Okay. So this could be that your phone asking for permission to read the sensors.
My phone just automatically, it crashes. Like as soon as everything works fine, and then as soon as I press start, the app just freaks out and closes. So maybe my phone's too.
And is it Android or is it iPhone?
It's an iPhone 8, so it's going on 4 years old. So maybe it's just can't handle it.
It should work.
I'm on an iPhone 6 and it works.
Okay.
Well then.
It crashes, you said, yeah?
It crashes. It's literally like, you know, when you
it disappears.
It literally just closes.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna sit and listen, but I don't know if I can participate. So
well, maybe try like switching off the sensor, go back to start, switching it on again. Try to fiddle a bit with it. Yeah.
It is now working because I knew it worked previously before we started Core Dojo, and I changed the IP address back to like how it was, and now it's working.
Okay. So IP address. Okay, the IP address that you're sending it to, that's the IP address of your computer, right?
Yes.
No, I just referred it back to the original. I don't know what.
Oh, that's funny. And then it's working. But the IP, Stephen, the IP address that you were sending it to, that was the one of your computer, right? And then it gave you an error, you said.
Yeah, I changed it to the IP address that you set on the Wi-Fi settings, like that one.
Yeah, if you're connected over Wi-Fi, then you should see it there. Yeah. If you're on a wired network, you should like put in a different address. So yeah, so this can sometimes cause a little bit of a headache usually not too much. Yeah, I would say also try fiddling with it to start with. The problem now is, of course, that you're not in the same room as some of your colleagues, because that would be nice, because then you could like kind of do this together. So now the next thing, I'm still going to move on for now, and then maybe later we can, Stephen and I think the other one was Mandy, right? We can try to figure it out, what's working or what's not working. Okay, so the next part is like I put this again. I'm back on the TARDIS. So this data is being sent to your computer, but your computer is not doing anything with it. So your computer needs to open this port 8000. And for that, I made 4 sketches: one in processing, one in Unity, one in Max MSP, and one in Touch Designer. Okay, so depending on your preferred choice, so you can basically open them. For each version, you will have slightly different instructions. Some you just open it and it works, and others you maybe have to, for instance, on processing, you have to install the processing P5, OSC P5 library. And in Unity, you just have to open the correct scene, that's all. So you can now, maybe you already downloaded it, but you can also download the whole repository. If you open it, it looks something like this. And you can also like download the entire repository, which contains all the 4 examples. But for instance, I'm going to show you what you should expect. I'm opening now the processing version. Afterwards, I could also open a different version if you want. So let me see if it's running. Yeah, so if everything is correct, all 3 demos should look kind of similar. So they will show you actually the data as bars. I'm now turning my phone and you can see that the data is being received, and the cube is changing color. So the cube is actually not changing color depending on how I have my phone oriented. So this is like the most simple demos. So I suggest I'm just going to hang out here and you try this. And whenever there's a problem, please just ask. I have one experience already from today, that when you are on Android, actually the data is sending is slightly different from the data on that you're sending from an iPhone. So if you're on Android, let me know. I can tell you what you should be doing.
I'm on an Android.
Okay, that's cool. And are you going to be working with processing or Unity or Max or Touch Designer?
I have processing. I still didn't find how to download from the Bitbucket.
Okay, you can. I think if you go to the repository root, or let me log out actually to see. To see how you are seeing it. Smartphone. So on Bitbucket, so you can, if you're on Bitbucket, there's like these 3 dots on the corner, and you can say download.
No, there's not.
Oh, there's not?
I only have checkout.
Okay, if you go to, I think if you go to smartphone as sensor, there should be somewhere a thing where you can say download.
I think I need to log in because it's like
no, because it's a public one. It automatically logged me back in, so log out. I'm going to try to see what you see. Right. So if you're here, oh, you can actually go on the, that's it. On the left-hand side, it says downloads. You just go there and then you
download the entire repository?
Yeah, yeah, the entire repository. It's just, and it has the 4 examples. So that's enough.
Which one should I open? The
So when you've
processing?
so when you download the whole repo, then you should be seeing 4 folders and a README file.
Yes.
And for processing, you need to open Zig Sim P5 OSC. And then it will look something like this.
Yes, I have it now.
And then probably if you go into Sketch and import library, if you don't have the OSC P5 library there.
I already imported the
Oh,
library,
fantastic.
I think.
Perfect.
Like it's already installed.
So now you just press play.
Wait, so where can I get the sketch?
On the so the link that I sent for our server, there is a link to, there's a link to this BitBucket. So if everything's
I have
correct.
a lot of errors.
Oh, you have a lot of errors, or you think you have a lot of errors?
I have in the console a lot of errors. It does not recognize my Android.
Well, it shouldn't be. What do you mean? It doesn't recognize?
When I press play, it just shows an empty. Doesn't show like the graphics you had. Do I need to change anything?
Can you share your screen? Are you comfortable sharing your screen?
Yeah, I just need to move the device back to my computer.
What do you mean? You can keep firing questions at me if you want. So actually, I see Ivailo. I think he already managed. Did you manage? Okay. So maybe you want to try fiddling with so you have this phone thing, and maybe you want to try to see what are you using as in what language are you seeing us?
I'm using Touch Designer.
Touch Designer. Do you, okay, if you could try using some of the other aspects of the phone, the 2D touch, or maybe the microphone level, to see if there's something you might want to play around with. Okay, so now I'm looking at, so just see if there's maybe something interesting for you to work with. Okay, so yeah, back to Noi, press play. Yeah. We don't see that extra window. I don't see the other window opening up. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, you just shared this window probably, did you? But no, your processing screen popped up a second screen, yes? Okay, yeah, that's pretty empty. Then I have a hunch, because I don't see errors in your console. You have the latest OS 6, right? You have Big Sur. Is that correct?
Yes, I have the same problem.
Yes,
like
I
don't
have
any.
Okay, great or not great. So we've encountered this in the morning. What I've seen is, like, on Big Sur, the P3D doesn't work. So if you go to line 31 and you just remove, if you can see my,
Yes, I see.
Yeah, you just basically remove that. And then you should be seeing the 3 bars. You're probably not going to see the cube.
Oh, I see it now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And is it responding
responsive,
to?
Yes.
Fantastic. So
For
actually
me, it's not connected to my device. It's like not. They're both on the same network, right?
Yeah, and is your phone? Did you press play on the phone?
For me, it is connected to my phone. Yes.
Which line did you have to change?
31.
In line 31, my screen is shared, right? In line 31, it said here 520, 400, P3D, and P3D is the renderer. But in Big Sur, somehow this is not supported. So you have to just remove it so that it just says size 520, 400. And then when you press play, it should show the 3 bars.
Yeah, I can see it sketching the 3 bars, but somehow it's not connecting to my phone, even though I'm running on the same Wi-Fi and my phone is running. Like this
so
is
the
running, like you can see.
Yes, and the 3, yeah.
But the bars are just 0, 0.
Okay. Do you have an Android phone?
Yes.
Okay, so there's the next thing on Android, and this will be also for all sketches. Actually, so what the phone is doing, it's sending, let's say, the name of the parameter and then the value.
Mm-hmm.
But on the iPhone app, it sends Zig Sim /1/ the name of the parameter, and on the iPhone, it doesn't send Zig Sim. So on the iPhone, what you have to do in the processing case, you
On
go to
the Android, you mean?
Yeah, on Android. Yeah, thank you very much. On line 74 in the processing sketch, you have to get rid of the Zig Sim part. So you just have to make sure it says /1/gravity and not /Zig Sim /1/gravity. Can you find that part?
On 74?
Yeah, line 74. If you have line numbers.
So delete.
Yeah, now it works.
Like this?
Who said now it works?
Miro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ah, she's doing the same thing next to you.
Yeah.
Yes,
cool.
we are roommates now.
Ah, cool. You're joking.
No.
Oh, really? Yeah. Cool. It's like you're laughing in a way as if you're hiding information.
No. It just came up with whom?
Next one is
with
Luca.
Gabriel as well.
Yeah, Marcus, I'm
Luca,
using Touch Designer, and I have the phone connected. I have all the settings like running, but on Touch Designer it doesn't read my readings from the phone.
Okay.
I also don't know if maybe I have to change something. I changed the local address on here on Touch Designer to my IP address.
And
should I have done this or no?
Are you running? Okay, first, are you running Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Okay. And you said something about, and are you on a PC or on an Apple?
A Mac. A Mac. Yeah.
Okay. Where's my Touch Designer? Oh, here it is. Okay. And you're on this.
I
your
have the
phone
network port.
And your phone is on the same network as your.
Yeah.
Both
are on the same network. I already put the same settings. So port number 8000. The local address is the same on both the phone and Touch Designer. Message format. Protocol UDP.
Message format OSC.
Yeah, OSC.
So there's a chance that the IP address might not be that what you thought it is. Because like when you do it, actually look, when I turn my phone, you can see like these bars moving back and forth.
Yeah.
And with you, it's just nothing, right? It's just not moving.
But if I type in the local IP like the 127.0.0.1,
that's not going to work.
No, it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
So you have to use the IP address that your Mac is on your network. So basically.
Yeah, that's the one that I typed in, but.
And your phone is also on that network.
Yeah.
So okay, and which number did you type in? Because when you're on the Mac, if you open it, as you can see here, you can see 2 IP addresses. So you have to use the first one.
Let me see.
And otherwise, you can always share your screen.
Where?
If you want, you can also share your
Yeah.
screen so I can take a look and we all can see what you're doing. I see you, by the way.
Yeah,
Lisa.
IP address, right? Yeah, yeah, that's the one that I'm pressing, that I'm choosing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So data destination, all the up.
Let me try a different one here.
And maybe on the settings on the phone, maybe there's something.
I'm gonna try a different one. Just a second. Okay, now it's working.
Is it working? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Great, fantastic. Okay, then I'll move over to Isan. All right, Isan, you
Yeah,
also have a
Thank
question.
you.
I'm trying to do this in Unity, and
Okay.
they opened up the Unity file, and yeah, it seems like an empty file, so it's not doing anything.
So, okay, I'm going to do the same here. So in Unity, if you open that folder, it should come with a project. Let's compare screens. My Unity is still starting.
Share my screen now. Okay, so we'll process.
So my scene.
Right, so I pulled the branches of the projects, and it's produced it here.
Yeah.
And then in Unity, where's my Unity window? All right, so Unity receive.
Yeah.
Then
yeah, that should be fine.
You create some other files for it.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yep.
And then correct. And then on the left, on the left bottom, it says project.
Left button.
Left bottom. So further down. There. So there's an asset in the scenes. So go to the scenes folder under assets there, and then use the that one. Yeah. Double click it. Okay.
Okay. Right.
So now.
Hold on a sec.
You can just press play. It should work. Well, maybe it will work, maybe not. That really depends.
Okay, I'll switch my phone on.
Yeah, you have to be patient always a little bit with Unity.
Start. So my phone is working, sending on to my port, but
I think you started Unity and
play.
stopped it again. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and then wait
okay.
a little bit. I saw it just starting quickly. Yeah, look, it's working. So when you tilt your phone now, you will see that the bars are changing and the color of this cube is changing.
So yeah, cool.
Okay, there's another example. You're lucky because like I continued working a little bit. If you have on your phone, if you also have a microphone level, it's the sensors on the bottom. It's called mic level.
Yep.
And on the Unity sketch, there's another scene. It's called Zig Sim receive microphone. So if you add microphone level and then you press play, you can actually make. So you open the other scene. You can see me. You can see me doing that. And what's cool on this sketch is actually this cube will float when you blow. So if you blow into your microphone, or you can sing into it.
yeah, that's working.
So you can actually, I can see Ivailo blowing into his phone.
I don't have too much reaction though from different outputs.
It was working with audio, maybe.
Luca, I can hear Portuguese. Oh, thank you very much. Right, that was Luca, right? Yeah, Isan, that's so that's working, right? For what?
Yeah, that works. Thanks.
Great. So yeah, the Unity sketch was updated about an hour ago. I was playing around it and using I really like the microphone as a, let's say, a blowing sensor. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, Noi or Miru.
For me, the unit is not working. I'm on a Mac with an Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Correct.
know. Like, is there something I have to change?
Yes. So the thing is with on the iPhone, so it sends the message it's sending. There have at the beginning it says Zig Sim, but the Android version doesn't send that. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So here I'm in this sketch in either one of the two. There's this on the top left. There's a thing called OSC communication. Like in the scene in the hierarchy.
Open. I don't see all this information.
So you have your scene open.
I have the scene open, yeah. Does it have to be on play now?
No, you just open the scene, like for instance, the Zig Sim receive gravity scene. You should be seeing something like what I have here on my screen, like 3 bars in a box. Do you have that?
Oh yeah, yeah, that I see.
Okay, and then on the, in my case, on the top left, you're looking for the hierarchy window, which is actually, it's kind of hidden under my webcam right now. Let me see. I'm going to get rid of myself. Oh no, I can't. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. You can see now that you cannot see. So on the top left, it says hierarchy. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one, it's called, if you can open it, let's say unfold it.
Oh, okay. And the
And then you click
communication.
There's one object it's called OSC communication. Yeah, cool. And then on the when you click that on the inspector, which is on the right, it says OSC message parser.
Yeah.
Can you find it? So what you have to do is you have to actually double click the script, the name of the script. Then probably Visual Studio will open.
Yeah.
And
okay.
we
And
have to
there I
wait.
to get rid of the...
And then I will show you. It's very similar as in processing. So here, I have it open here. I'm going to make my font size a little bit bigger. So it's, and actually you can see there on line 26 and 27. So basically what this does, it listens to these type of messages and sends them to these other functions. And for Android, you need to get rid of this Zig Sim part. So if you just get rid of that.
Oh yeah, now it works.
And you press play. Ah, awesome. You're faster there.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeah, and the other, so this sketch is with the gravity, and the other sketch is, which I find personally quite interesting, is making a cube float by singing. La. Cool. Actually, what's really cool is you could kind of duplicate this, Noi and Miru, because actually you can connect multiple phones to the same computer. So in theory, for instance, to identify 2 phones, you would just have to go to the settings and then change the UUID. So like, let's say one person has the ID 1, the other one has the ID 2, and then listen to those different messages. So you would have to adapt your code to /1 or /2. So you could actually listen to 2 phones at the same time. Let's say 2 microphones, and then you could do Team Flappy Bird, where your bird flies when you blow into the microphone or something like that. So basically, yeah. Is there's a hand up, yeah. There's I think it's Mandy. I haven't hovered my mouse yet.
Yes, it's me.
It is. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell from the drawing. Is that a self-portrait?
Yeah, I mean, I made it a while ago. I probably need to update it. This pandemic has aged me a lot. But can I share my screen with you? Because
Yes,
everything's working, it's all connected, but I just need to like know. Hold on, I'm sharing my screen.
Sure.
All right, so I'm on Touch Designer. Can you see my screen?
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm on the wrong thing.
Small heads up. I've touched Designer for maybe 1 hour in my life in total.
Oh, okay. Well.
No, but it's okay. Oh wow, feedback. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I'll appreciate any help. So everything's working. Like if I like move my phone, you can see it like responds.
Yeah.
That's fine. But how do I see like the?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So okay, this is something I had to also figure out myself yesterday, but somehow I managed. So if you go into the top math object, it's the one like left of the container. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, exactly. No, you are already there. So when it turned green.
Oh, okay.
So with your mouse, go onto to the left, onto that like left of this object. There are like 3 objects that are receiving data.
Here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that.
Okay, this one.
So yeah. So what you have to do is, and on the right hand side you see the inspector for the container, right? Which says BG color R, BG color G, BG color. Yeah. So basically what you have to do is you drag. I'm going to also open my Touch Designer file here. You have to drag this math 1.
Okay.
Okay, go back to it. Yeah, when it does that, you drag that into that number on the right-hand side where it says BG color R.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, you drag it to the R. Okay, now release it. And then set export chop. Right. Okay, now you go to the middle one and you drag it to the green channel. So the second one. And again, you say export chop. And the third one, you do the same. Right. So now if you move your phone, it should change the colors.
Well, it's changing here.
Yeah, yeah, I see that too. So I'm not sure why that is happening, but in principle it's working. Yeah, I can also see it changing there.
Okay.
But I don't see it. I don't see it changing in the kind of in the preview.
Well, you know what? I'm just happy to know it responds.
But this is already working, right? You're also on the latest. You're on Big Sur.
Yeah, I'm on Big Sur, which I learned late was a mistake. But
yeah, I don't know if that's a mistake. I'm always like, I always wait until everybody gets good or bad experiences, and then. But it seems like the numbers are coming in, right? Yeah. And at least we can see that color changing. Why that preview is not changing, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is fine. At least I know how to connect it.
Yeah.
For me, the color isn't changing.
Hmm?
For me, the color isn't changing at all. It's like turned to pink now, but
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
Okay, cool, thanks. Who's saying that? Was it you, Julia, or who was saying it?
Yes, it's me. I can't. This is on my iPad, so I'll try to do it another way. Wait.
Or you can just use the camera and point it at at your computer, right?
Yeah, but then again, then I have to. Well,
we don't necessarily have to see you. We can just see your computer. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. And can we see a little bit to the right? Yeah. So it's it says indeed also export chop. And if you move your phone, it or whatever device you have, the variables are changing, right? Yeah, it's changing. Yeah, that's interesting. This morning, somebody else had the same problem. That it's even connected. Well, now it seems to, yeah, sort of do something. But now move your phone.
No, whatever.
No. Yeah, so I know too little, to be honest, of Touch Designer to know where to look at. I know it's a super cool, powerful program, but I really don't know much of it.
I can also try it for Gravity for Unity.
Yeah, and Unity should be.
That didn't work either.
It didn't?
Well, I kind of got stuck because I didn't know what to download.
Yeah, you just.
I'm in here.
Yeah, if you go to the left-hand side to downloads, then you can download the entire repository.
Okay.
And then you get because the Unity project is a folder with multiple files. So if you download the repo, then you will download all the examples. So the processing, the MaxMSP one, the Unity one, and Touch Designer one.
And then this one.
Yeah, so then you have to open. Yeah, you should open. Do you have Unity installed?
Yeah, I
so
have.
Just open the Unity hub and then you say add. You have to add a new project and you just select that folder. You should just download it.
This one or the whole
this
folder?
folder? Yeah, the folder. Yeah. So probably somewhere in your downloads.
So it says missing version on this machine.
What? What does it say?
Do I need to? It says missing editor version 2019.
Can you select
on
a
this
different?
Machine.
Yeah, can you select a different editor next to the project name, and then next to it you can say Unity version.
Selection list or install it.
So you don't have any version installed of Unity? Could be the case. Otherwise,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, just do it. It's okay. No, that was okay. Yeah, okay. Downgrade. Fine. Go for it. Should work. Doesn't have really much complex stuff. Yeah, it takes a while. Mandy, do you still have a question, or are you just like, you're getting a lazy arm already? Holding your hand up? I think she just disappeared. She like left her hand up and disappeared. So great what you can do online nowadays.
Uh-oh.
Cool. No, it's still working. It's still working. Oh, the circle of death.
Yeah. Disco pizza.
So, any ideas for any of you? Does anybody have? Does this spawn off any ideas, or do you think you could use it somewhere? This possibility.
Well, me and Ethan needs to make a smart toy based with interaction of the phone. We really want to know what the possibilities of using different, maybe gyroscope as well, or acceleration.
Yeah.
So either we create a mount for the phone, like what you had with the spinning record thing, and then that makes it accessible in terms of, and then getting them to manipulate the phone in some sense.
Yeah. Yeah. This is these are the CP patients, right? Or the cerebral palsy sister project.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting to see like well, you can see something. The thing is always is like when you want to extract data, it's that in the beginning, especially also as a designer, you don't really know what the data means. And therefore, extracting this data and getting your hands on this data is really important, I think. It's like if you want to do data visualization, the first thing you have to do is understand what the data kind of represents. So it's good to have some kind of. I think playing with this will start. You will start realizing, okay, what is actually this, and what can we do with it? We can always like, especially like on this project, we can have the CP project. If you ever want to have a chat with me on possibilities on how to handle data, we can always later have a chat, no problem.
Yeah, we will definitely have a chat. We just didn't settle on any specific concept yet, so we think it's too early because we don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, no. So this is part of our exploration in terms of concepting this, in terms of using the sensors on the phone in that sense, but also I've explored interrogating the camera and then using AR and then using ML to do some sort of gesture recognition as well. But that's a different angle of it in terms of either the phone is stationary on the desk and then we're using the camera, or the phone is in the child's hands and then we create some kind of adapter so that the child isn't exactly holding the phone. So
yeah, I heard some from Odin also about like maybe having a cube with markers or something and then using the camera. So that's also possible. So Julia, how are you doing?
I'm here now.
Right, you go to the scenes, exactly, and then I think the gravity scene is the one on the left. You double click it. It should open something where you see 3 bars. Yes, that looks pretty good. So now, did you have an iPhone or Android phone, Julia? Yeah, so if you press play, it should basically work. It should. I think you haven't pressed play yet. Like not on the phone, but on Unity. On the top, there's a play button. That one. And wait a little bit because, yeah, just be patient. Oh wait, I see that there's another. Do you have another sketch still open, like the processing sketch or so, or not? Or the touch designer sketch? Yeah, okay. You need to close it. The thing is with opening a port is when you open a port, it kind of grabs and locks the port, so no other application can access it. So you should stop Unity. Oh, it's actually, yeah, it's already found the port again. Yay! So with the Unity project, you can also go into the, on your phone, you can choose mic level, so the microphone level, and then open the other scene as well. So that has the example of the cube that you can blow. Uh-oh. Cool. More hands up. Mandy, do you have a new question or is your hand still raised?
Sorry, I thought I lowered it. It's still.
Okay, no problem. And Isan, you have a question? Or is your hand still up? It's like that eager student in the back of the class. It's just like, oh. I think that's a no. Okay, cool.
Sorry, were you asking if I had a question?
Yeah, because your hand is up.
Yes, yeah, I did. Actually, it wasn't quite related. I'm sorry. That's just a random question. Are you using OBS to how you to broadcast your screen? Okay, yeah, just yeah, fine.
Because why?
No, I was just wondering if there was another way of doing the screen share, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I had this problem of I need to be on a hotspot, but I don't want Teams to be on the hotspot. So actually, I'm using two computers now. I'm using the streaming station and my laptop, which I think it works.
Yeah.
Cool. So anything else we could do with this? Well, I invite you to explore. What's also nice is the 2D touch on the phone, because actually what you can do is you basically touch your phone and it will send even multi-touch from your phone to your computer. So you can use, I don't know, you can just use your phone as an input device for your fingers. Could be nice as well.
Marcus?
Yes.
I managed to start it again. But it's not really responding.
Yeah, you have the wrong scene. Yeah, you have the untitled scene open. So actually, you need to open a scene first. So
Here?
on the there's like two scenes.
Yeah,
that one. So this one is for the blowing into the microphone. So if you press play, and if you have the mic level sensor selected on your
yeah.
the mic level, if you have it, so I can see it flying. Yay! Yeah. Personally, I really love this mode of interaction. It's like you basically sing or you blow into something and then something starts floating. So can you imagine if you could now connect a robotic arm to this? That would be really awesome, like superpower. You can turn yourself into some kind of superhero with these things. Isan, you have another question?
Yes, I do. Do you have experience with using Mirror in Unity?
Mirror? What is Mirror?
Mirror is the Mirror is the multiplayer API, so that and it makes it easy to implement multiplayer. So and create.
All right. No, I don't know.
Okay.
No. Sorry about that. But if you're at some point struggling with it, or if you're like, hey, I'm trying to get something to work, you can always try. I'm used to looking at stuff that I don't know, so it's also always feel free to try to if you're struggling with something, to just contact me, and always glad to help.
Thank you. Great.
Julia is having fun, clearly. Yeah. But look, that's a big smile, actually. It's pretty cool. Yeah, what's really cool about so actually these messages are sent through a protocol that's known as OSC. It stands for Open Sound Control. What's cool is basically running on a network. So you can use it on any kind of networked devices. So it doesn't need to be, as you can see, just one machine, but it can have your sensor on one side and the machine on a totally different part of the building, so to speak. So this is like the advantage of using this protocol. But for instance, in school grounds, it doesn't run on EduRoam. EduRoam basically blocks it. And I've just heard that our IoT network has been totally, how do you say, I don't know how to say it. It's almost evaporated. You have to kind of pre-register, so they kind of rendered it useless at the moment. So we have to use hotspots. Yeah.
If I have another question, that's all right.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, so just interesting that it's using OSC. What benefits does that have over using JSON?
Nothing. Always the only benefit it has. Oh, that's great. Julia is like crashing. I love that screen. So the cool thing of this app is that it actually that you can also send JSON messages. So basically, you will send a JSON object. OSC is implemented a lot in, let's say, applications that relate to either sound or let's say interactive situations. So people might choose to use OSC because they have an OSC implementation in Unity or in, I don't know, Super Collider. I think it's also OSC comes from a, let's say, electronic instrument designer world. So it's but actually, basically, there's not much of a difference between sending JSON or OSC. I think the amount of data is more or less the same. It's just a different format. So you can indeed you can use Zig Sim to send JSONs to another device and then parse them as JSONs instead of OSC messages. Yeah.
It's just because I'm a little bit more familiar with using JSON. So, but with OSC, is that better for in terms of the refresh rate and polling and Internet of Things or something like that?
I think basically the data that you're sending, the amount is more or less the same. Probably it will be, in terms of characters, it'll be almost the same. So you can use either. So you need, of course, a receiving end. So you need to be able to receive JSON as networked messages, basically. But I'm sure there's, if you Google it, there's implementations for this as well. But it's in a way it's the same. It's just like how it's formatted. It's different. Also, OSC basically you have a name for a property, and this property can contain several values. And JSON is more or less the same, I think. JSON is a little bit closer to, let's say, the programming paradigm, but you can use both.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it says here also data destination local file. I don't know actually what that means. It might mean that it's actually saving it somewhere. So I have a hunch, but I'm not sure that Zig Sim, if you select not other app, but if you say local file, that it might store the data that you're creating somewhere on your phone. But that I don't know. Cool. Oh. I'm just going to mute myself. I'm going to eat a carrot.
Not really sure what to do now.
Yeah, that's always a question, of course.
Well, we seem to have resolved our technical issues fairly quickly, so. We seem to have resolved all our technical issues fairly quickly, so.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So actually, it could be like do you think you can explore this data with something? Maybe you. So you've looked at Zig Sim and you know what kind of data this phone can send. All the stuff that it sends. You could think of maybe you could also even go for a walk, and then afterward, like during your walk, you think about like what does it mean, right? And what can I do with this? Or could there be something quick and dirty I could make from this?
In Touch Designer, like this little green screen, is it supposed to change?
Well,
because I think my different nodes are not connected to the screen. I don't know how to connect them.
Yeah, and but the three, when you move your phone, the 3 bars are moving?
The bars are moving, but not the green thingy.
Yeah. So this took me also quite a while yesterday, but I also saw now that some people even had it connected and it still wouldn't work.
Mm.
I'm opening my sketch now so that you can see. Okay, wrong sketch. Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have those arrows there going, and I don't have. Good.
And your I don't know why it's doing that, but what I did actually, so I selected the container.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so actually, let's see if I can do this again. Maybe I can. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have 3 values. So you can see no arrows, right? So
yeah.
I have the container and the inspector, like, so when you do a right click and you do properties, you get this inspector.
Yeah.
You have it also. So what you can do is now, when you hover your mouse over the math 1, it will turn into this kind of weird triangle. See?
Yeah.
And then you drag this into this field on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then a small pop-up comes and you say export chop. And this is the way this parameter gets connected, and you do it with all 3 values.
Yeah, I had that, but still I didn't have so now I've exported them. Maybe I can show you my screen.
Oh, mine is also not
working. I don't have the connection though.
And do you see things moving when you're like on the left hand side?
Yeah.
That's very stupid. My bars are not even moving. I don't know why.
I have my bars for gravity moving, definitely.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm not sure why not. Yeah, so the bars are moving. Yeah, so I've seen, as I said, I've seen this problem with other people as well, and I'm not really sure what the reason is. This is something I'm sure it's something to do with Super Collider, but I'm not sure what it is. I know not enough of Super Collider, to be honest. Oh yeah, now I know why mine is not working. Because I'm sending JSONs. Aha, okay. Yeah, you should be seeing that. Yeah, you should see the color changing. But yeah.
Nope.
And the arrows are also not running, right?
No.
Are you on Big Sur?
Sorry?
Are you on Big Sur? You have the latest Mac operating system?
I have a Windows.
Ah, better. Much better. But you have that problem, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I do have like where it says like DG color. They are green. They are connected and stuff. But yeah, the values don't change. Your numbers change on the top next to background color.
And the three bars next to the container, do they change?
Yeah.
So and you also don't get those arrows, right? So when you drag the numbers, somehow the numbers don't update.
Yeah. And I think all the other settings seem to be the same as on your screen. I don't know these, but the ones on look were the same.
Yeah. Maybe something with... No. But you also don't see the numbers changing, right? On the panel on the right hand side, you don't see them changing.
Yeah.
Strange. No. No, I really wouldn't know what that is. Why that is not connecting. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Oh, now. So border over children, I pressed on, and the numbers in my container panel are moving, but the color is still not changing.
Are you moving your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm only don't have the arrows now, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's strange. But you have like on the values, on the top 3 values, you have, it says also something like Zig Sim /1/gravity1 or something like that.
Yeah. And now the numbers on top are moving as well, and the color there is changing, but not in the
container.
Yeah, and where your mouse is there now. Yeah, but not on the other thing.
Yeah, and is your background alpha 1?
Yeah.
I could imagine that is yeah.
Stretch, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you could try fiddling with the other things. So, but it seems the numbers are getting there, and it's also making a color. It's just not coloring the container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost there.
So, Noi and Miru, how are you doing?
Yes.
They're watching.
We worked with Unity and processing, and it's working for us.
Okay. And now you're watching Netflix.
No.
But we couldn't make it work for both. Like I added the code with a 2 and then always one phone was dominating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I just added another line of code, so I'm not sure exactly what.
And on one of the phones in the settings, did you change the device UUID?
To 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both sending data to one computer.
Yeah, but then only like then noise phone was like only sending and mine suddenly stopped.
Or maybe they're both sending, but in the code, you're not making a division between the two. Maybe in the end, you're changing with both phones the same parameter. Could that be the case? I mean, I can take a look at it if you want. Only if you want.
Yeah, I already closed it again, that one.
And you were sending what? You were sending gravity, or you were sending microphone, or?
Gravity, yeah. Somehow the mic level is not an option.
Oh yeah, I've seen that also with some people. That it's pretty silent here now, actually. In the studio. Well, I'm in the teaching room, but I don't see anyone.
Which script was it, this one?
It's probably the OSC message parser, probably.
Yeah.
I'm also opening the project here, so we can talk same stuff.
I just added another line in line 27, where I just copied it and added the 2/gravity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that didn't really. Do I have to change anything else?
Yeah, let's say 27. This one. So the gravity, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to do, I have it open here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it readable? So, for instance, what this would result in, if I go like this, is actually both phones will trigger the same function. So they will overwrite each other. So probably one of the phones will be dominating because maybe it's sending faster or earlier.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
So here, for what you would have to do, it's probably because you need another set of separate values, right? So you could say maybe gravity 1, x, gravity y. So make 3 more variables for the second phone. And then also make a second function on gravity. I'm just going to call it on gravity 1 message, and then it overrides the other values. So it looks something like this. So, okay, I'm not very consistent in my numbering. But you have the standard one, then the second, so the second phone triggers this second function, the on gravity 1 message, and the second function then overrides a new set of values. Which I have to have declared up here. So these are like in the top, you will have 2 sets of these values. You have them linked to 2 different functions. Let's see if I can put them together.
Okay. He also like.
And then if you go, and then if you go into Unity, if everything compiles correctly, you should see 2 sets of gravity messages just to start with. So you will have like 2 phones, then at least you can already see if you press play, if the 2 values are arriving. In my case, they're not because I have only 1 phone. Oh, but I actually have a second phone as well. Let me know if you need some.
Yeah, it is getting a lot of numbers, so both.
Both. Excellent.
Yeah, like in the inspector, see that?
Cool. So you see, so the 2 numbers are coming in, right?
I see the numbers coming in, but only my phone changes the cube.
Yeah, true. Because now, if we look at the project, there is, you can see, okay. So here, there's this object called color changing cube, right?
Yeah.
And this has a script attached. It's called cube color changer. And this cube color changer listens to the gravity X, gravity Y, gravity Z values.
Ah.
But it needs to listen to the other ones. So I think the easiest to do is basically just duplicate the object.
Can I also just do one value, like the green value from one phone and the blue from the other?
Yeah, so actually, if you just here, you just say gravity 1 Y, for instance, or gravity 1 Z. This should now combine the 2 phones. You're thinking even faster and simpler than me. That's good. Yeah, it's like that's the best test that you can do. Actually, I'm gonna try it myself because I think,
okay.
no, I don't have Zig Sim on the other phone. If you save it and you run it, it should change the red with the phone from 1 and the.
Huh? Now it does change. No.
Yeah, I'm moving, it's changing.
You have the green value, but my phone is not connected anymore. Maybe that's my phone. Oh yeah, it works.
Is it working?
It
No.
seems like it's really hard for him to listen to 2. Like it can only kind of get 1. Now mine is disconnected.
Yeah, for like first only noise phone was working.
Here, now it's working again. Works. Try to move yours as well.
But you have the green value. The bar should go up. Can you switch maybe different direction? No. Oh yeah, now it stopped. Now only the color of the cube. Maybe it's just too much.
Yeah, it should work. Of course, you could try in Zig Sim. You're sending these messages 30 times per second. You could also send them 10 times per second, but it should be fine. Yeah, on the settings, you can also say message rate. You can make it 10. It's a bit slower. And it could also be that your phone stops sending once it goes into lockdown. So when your, let's say, screensaver goes on or so, it might stop. So you have to then disable these things. But you saw them coming in, right?
Yes.
So you should now add a 3rd phone, and then everybody gets a channel, a color channel. Then together you can make a color and feel unified. Oh, well, it's cool that is working. Yeah, so you have 2 phones as an input device. That's pretty nice.
Ah, that's why, because we only changed the cube color, not the bars.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's another one. It's called color changing. No, it's like RGB bars.
Yeah.
There's it's the RGB bar changer. There you can see actually somewhere in the code what it's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to change that as well to get that feedback. Because it only looks at the first 3 one and not the gravity 1, gravity 1. Cool. Goed.
Wait.
So So many people left.
Now we can say.
Marcus, it was really nice that you prepared the wiki before, and then it was very easy to download stuff.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's funny because some people, they don't look at it. I send the link and then they don't look at it. And some others, they do. Yeah, I think that's quite helpful. I mean, it took me a bit more extra time, but I think it's helpful also for the future. Like if somebody has followed, maybe not followed this, and you can just point them at the document and hopefully you can get it up and running. It's kind of a first try.
Yeah, it was really, really helpful to prepare like for today.
Yeah, I realized that I don't like to help people with stuff that is kind of boring. Like if we're in class and we have to wait to install Unity or something like that, that's also really tricky. And also in this case, you can already work ahead. You can even try it yourself before class. Now it's not so much of a class, but still. And then the question is, of course, what's next? What other things could I be offering? And what other things could you be doing with this? Yeah, and if you have the chance, I know for you, Luca, that's probably still tricky to do together with somebody else. That's always, it makes things more fun.
Yeah, I think it's quite easy to find, let's say, tutorials or like documentation, for example, for Touch Designer on how we can actually make more, I don't know, interaction touch points with it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Touch Designer has also a large community, and there's tons of tutorials on Touch Designer. I think it has a little bit of a learning curve if you want to work with Touch Designer. You have to get your head around it a little bit. It personally, it puts me always off a little bit when I see all the top chop and all these weird abbreviations that I'm actually not really sure what they mean. But I now spent like 2 hours on Touch Designer, and I think I'm now getting it a little bit, but I would have to do a couple more tutorials to understand it better. The cool thing is, of course, it's just data driven and it doesn't require coding. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Marcus?
Yeah.
If you happen to encounter a cool project that are using kind of either of the program with the phone, something that we might get inspired by, can you send or share?
You mean like, that's a good question. Yeah, I think often what you will see is that end products will not often have the phone.
No, I don't mean in end products. I mean more in terms of student work or more artistic exhibition kind of work that are more not as polished as an end product, but more experimental.
Yeah, actually, we did last year's. I'm not sure if you've heard maybe of Asphyxia, which was a student project. It was kind of a kinetic object that was breathing, and it was breathing depending on the air quality. And during the retreat, not this year's, but last year's retreat, we built a huge installation, which was like massive. I think it was like 3 meters big. It was a moving kind of breathing machine, but it was controlled with a big wheel that we had to turn by hand. And actually there we actually did the same thing that I demoed with the Lego, because we wanted to have video being synchronized with the breathing of this machine. So that was a really cool project. I don't really have documentation of that. And then I'm just thinking. Yeah, accelerometers. I've used also. I've been working with an artist where we've used the accelerometer to detect. It was like, let's say, a flap that was lying in the water, and it was detecting if there were waves in the water. And she was creating a kind of feedback loop with the water that then generated sound. It doesn't really make much sense if I say it like that. Just gonna see if there's a link to it. No, I don't really have proper documentation of this project. But if I, maybe if I'm offline and I'm sitting on the train, I might think of some project that I can send also. I'll just drop them in Codelab.
Yes, it will be great.
I see the sun is coming in. Maybe we should just call it a day and go outside and have a beer.
I definitely need to go out.
It's always a good idea.
Yeah, Luca, I saw a video of you in a swimming pool. Where did I see that?
Yeah, I think it was for
your project or so, right?
For Data and Matter. Yeah, we did a little video presentation, and then I'm still in Brazil. My flight got canceled like so many times now, and I finally managed to get a refund. So I changed of airline, and now I'm going with KLM, a direct flight. So hopefully by the 22nd, I'll be able to get back home.
22nd. Oh, great.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm already like almost, like 2 months extra time in Brazil.
Oh my God.
I was supposed to be in Amsterdam like 2 months ago.
Oh my God. Hey, also on meeting online, I'm not much of a Zoomer or Teams. I don't like this this kind of interface, but I've been spending a bit of time in VR, and I was wondering if you guys would be up to have a virtual beer maybe at some point. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mozilla Hubs. So it's really cool, and it
no, Mozilla Hubs, no.
Yeah, and it works really great. I can only say that you should probably use it with a headphone. So basically, you log in and you need to choose an avatar, and you can choose a room where you're in, and you can invite your friends. So you're just like you can see. Maybe I'm going to share my screen now.
Yeah, I see it here.
So you
nice.
just so you just select a room, and then you go there, you get a link, and you can invite your student friends or whatever friends. Talking works by basically talking, so you can also, like, when you walk away from somebody, they don't hear you anymore, so you can have more natural conversations, right? Because
that's crazy.
like Teams is really stupid. We cannot just like blabber, and it becomes chaotic. But in Mozilla Hubs, this works better. And also you can in Hubs, you can like paste pictures, you can put sticky notes on the walls, you can draw, you can spawn 3D objects. I was there with my kid and he was creating Pikachus everywhere and making them super huge. So it's a really fun environment. I was considering maybe inviting, maybe I'll do an invite tomorrow, just to see if some people are interested in meeting up in this kind of virtual space, and then have a beer there.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
But is it possible to enter from the computer?
Yeah. You just go to hubs.mozilla.com. You just say it works in the browser.
Oh yeah, I see it here now. I can test
you just say create room and done. You're in. All right. And you need to. What's good to have a mouse because it has like the standard first-person shooter controls, and you have to learn a little bit how to do things. But it's a lot of fun, and it's also actually it's also compatible for VR. So if you're in VR, then you can also have hands. That's pretty nice. And it's just a little bit a different kind of remote togetherness than this Microsoft Teams shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to just
I
enter.
like it. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah, so you can
really
basically see, you can just walk around in it, and then okay, I don't have a mirror now, and you can start placing pictures or Pikachu. Okay, I'm getting a bit sidetracked here, but as you can see, I'm just creating Pikachu, and then I can make him big if I want. But the cool thing is, like, everybody can modify whatever I'm creating. Yeah. And you will see other people appearing also as avatars. It's really so much fun. I think, do you have it open now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Actually, can you, let's see if I can I invite someone? Probably like this. I'm in the wrong, I'm on the wrong computer. Invite.
Wow,
yeah,
it's like a huge room.
Yeah, and it has like lots of...
Even an aquarium.
So, can you try something for me?
Yeah.
So just go to hub.link, so hub.link. Whomever wants to join can also join, huh? And then enter the code 327040.
327040.
And let's see. I'm gonna go to the entry point and see if somebody's appearing. Hey, somebody's pressed it. Luca joined the lobby. Yeah. See if you're going to.
Join room. Grant permissions.
Enter the room.
What
so
was
my
slide?
Huh? Yeah, I see you.
Oh yeah, there you are. Yay. Actually, my headphone is not connected. You hear me now through Teams. So the invite is.
Yeah, I hear you. I think
somebody else
hear
is
you
coming in.
Times.
Who's that?
Isan.
Isan. Hi, man.
What was the name of the website?
So you go to hubs.link. I think it's yeah, hub.link, and then you enter the code 327040.
Wait. 3270.
Luca, you look awesome. And Isan is there, or he's admiring the Pikachu. So actually, when you hover your mouse over the Pikachu and you press space, you get all these options, and you can start rotating it and scaling it. And but actually, here I can also share my screen. That's really funny. I can also share my camera if I want. See? Okay, that's okay. I think I can. I'm gonna walk behind you and bring the camera. Okay, where are you now? Are you upstairs?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Maybe it's even possible to play like soccer here with this.
Just put, see, like you can even see me. Can see me. It's really insane. This.
Oh yeah, you can put your webcam.
I just put my webcam there, just in space. But I'm going to get rid of it because I just want to be this person. Yeah, so here we can also play hide and seek, for instance. Did you manage to get? Oh, somebody else is coming. Oh, who's that?
I did a link here for like a maze. I saw that there is like a maze.
I don't know how to navigate.
You have to use WASD, like forward, backwards, straight, left, straight, right, and then press your mouse and turn it.
Ah, now I see you. Yeah.
Oh, together.
Oh, only now I see that you have the same avatar.
Do I have the same avatar? I need to change my avatar then.
Sorry, I can also change it.
Under place, there's a thing where it says avatar. Right. I'm going to be.
Cool.
Am I an astronaut now?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Somebody found the emojis. So there's emojis. Cool, huh? Yeah, I was considering doing a class in here as well.
People will get distracted by the emojis and the possibilities of changing and creating. You will lose people's attention so fast.
Yeah, but I was thinking it would be. That's why my idea was to invite for a beer first. Let's have a beer here, or let's just see and explore, and then see if this could actually work for, I don't know, brainstorming or so. Or you can paint also. Huh?
Yeah, you definitely first need to invite for a beer because there are people in the class that will no way pay attention to whatever you say while they have all those possibilities to interrupt.
Yeah, it's also, you first have to explore this, yeah. But for instance, I was drawing on the floor, if you can see that.
Oh, it doesn't work.
I don't know what Miro did, but it looks funky.
It said it would make a webcam hologram, but it doesn't work.
A webcam hologram? No. But you can do if you click the share button, then you can say share screen or share camera. Share screen is funny because of course then you get feedback. Or my avatar camera, so you can see what I'm seeing. Very nice. I'm looking for Luca now. Where did Luca go? Oh. So if you're ever here and you see people with hands, that means they are in VR.
With hands?
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh, because they can actually like grab stuff and things like this?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, I put a well. Do you see the well?
Yeah. How do you manipulate the size?
I need to disconnect.
The object?
See you.
Okay,
Bye.
see you.
Okay,
Thank
see you.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting sidetracked here.
Yeah, I need to disconnect as well. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Let's jump away from Teams. I will also stop from Teams then, right?
Okay.
See you. I'm still available in Slack. I'm still here, so but I think I'm gonna continue also on that in this virtual room for now, and I'm going to try to connect my headphones. Anyway, Luca and Miro, and that's and Sophie. Well, nice seeing you here. I'm glad you could. I'm glad you could make it. And I hope. Maybe this can be of some use to you. This tech. Yeah. And then I will jump in VR a little bit. Okay. Well, take care.
Okay.
Bye from the webcam.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye from the
Thanks.
webcam. See ya.